starting a talking series, or well, whatever. Oh, saw them. Starting a talking series about Terraria, and no, I'm not going to be doing a Terraria gameplay because unfortunately I do not really have something to record for my iPad. Yes, I play on mobile. Shut up. So I'm just going to be doing a cat gameplay, and then I'll just be editing this to fit some images. Today's video we are going to be talking about the Crimson and Corruption. Yeah, there's been a feud ever since those two have been introduced about which one is better. And today, or rather in this video, or well, whatever day you're watching this, I'm going to share my opinion. So, let's start off with the introductions of both of them. The Corruption, it's purple, as most Terraria enthusiasts should know. Its theme, I mean, is based on evil, and vileness, and whatever. And it has a lot of worm enemies, along with cursed flames as part of its theme for some of the hard mode enemies. Now let's talk about the Crimson as well. It's red. It's about blood, gore, whatever. And on the lore, I believe on the lore, Terraria lore released by Red, it's told that, or rather it's said, not told, or never mind, that it's about a hive mind, hence brain of Cthulhu, to avenge its master, Cthulhu himself. Oh, my bad, I was thinking about something. Anyway, I guess I could just edit that out. But anyway, most of its enemies are red, obviously. And they're a bit on the gory side as well. And particularly, one enemy stands out, the Ichor Slicker, or Sticker, my bad. I say Slicker for whatever goddamn reason. But split out Ichor, you know, it's very useful. Golden Shower, yes, it's that. It's that. For people who understand, yes, it's that. But anyway, Crimson and Corruption. Let's now talk about the weapons and all that stuff. So for the Corruption, as you all know, or as most of you know, there are biome mimics that go along with the Crimson, Corruption, and Hallowed. The Corruption mimic drops a drop called the Putrid Scent. It's a drop that makes you less likely to get targeted by enemies, meaning enemies won't target you if you're a certain distance away. And that's to compensate for oh, sorry, I was just thinking about how some stupid idiot steals my Reaper and how I do not like that. Let's talk. Never mind. The Corruption enemies, they. Oh god, I can't even speak. Yeah, to compensate for the less likely to be targeted. Or no, I mean no. The less targeting is the compensation. Some of the weapons, or most of them, the Corruption weapons, particularly the Scourge of the Corruptor, has high damage, but it's not like its counterpart, its Crimson counterpart. It's not like it's not like its Crimson counterpart, the Vampire Knives, which can resurrect, or not. I can't. This unscripted. Shut up. It's not like the Vampire Knives, which can heal you, basically life stealing. And there's also the Life Dream dropped by Crimson mimics, but that's never mind. We were talking about the corruption, yeah. So weapons like the Scourge of the Corruptor have high damage but do not really heal you. To compensate, enemies are less likely to target you. The Crimson, enemies are more likely to target you, or at least if you use the Flesh Knuckles dropped by the Crimson Mimic. And to compensate, you get Vampire Knives from the biome chest in the dungeon. Not that dungeon. Not that dungeon, you foul beings. The dungeon in Terraria, not that kind. But it's not my point. My point is, you get Vampire Knives, which have less damage and can heal, and to compensate for the less damage, enemies are more likely to target you, in which you can heal yourself. Or actually, the healing is to compensate for more enemies targeting you. So, basically a bit weird. And now, let's talk about, applications for this kind of stuff. And also, this stuff is a section where you finally see me get mad about people stealing my Reaper knife. So just use a different one anyway. This section, this part, we're going to talk about applications for this. So, for ranged and magic users, I would recommend the corruption for the putrid scent, since most of the weapons are ranged. No duh. And the putrid scent can be crafted to make the recon scope or the arcane flower, which is recon scope is for ranged and the arcane flower is for magic users. The crimson I would recommend for melee users like me on my endgame account, although I do have a ranged endgame account on journey mode, because why not, and on my magic account, my mage account, I'm on hard mode, but I know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I would recommend the crimson for melee users as well. I'll just sit here in silence. No, I'm joking. I'm still thinking about what I'm trying to say, because I already told you this is unscripted. I don't script my videos. Scripting my videos is basically saying you don't say things from your heart, but rather you just say it on a piece of paper that you thought prematurely. No, not prematurely. You get my point, but I would again I would recommend the crimson for melee users, for the more likely to be targeted, and the hero shield if you really are a melee user wanting that. If the Ankh shield doesn't really fit you and you don't want to use if you don't want to have debuff immunity, which I wouldn't understand why, but I use the Ankh shield, but it's not my point. For ranged and magic, I would recommend the corruption for the putrid scent, because, well, recon it and arcane flower, which I already mentioned. And plus, if you're a melee user and you're fighting the destroyer, and you have the other drop, the defeated bognugs, or I can't speak anyway. I'll just cut this out. Then I would definitely put it on a higher platform, and then you could just start killing the the destroyer, because of the weapon's fast striking ability and the I don't know how to speak English. Fast strike. Both the fast striking ability and the destroyer segments That'll definitely be of use. And in this segment, I decide which is the one, and which in which I become a fool. Oh, I did. Oh, in that segment, I thought I didn't. In that yeah. But it's not really that's not really the point. I already wrapped it up. Right, goodbye.